Hi everybody, welcome to Khong Driving. And yes, this is an all-electric Volvo that we are testing. We seem to be testing a lot of electric cars nowadays, yeah? So I think this is like my 5th electric car in the last 2 weeks. So this is the Volvo XC40 Recharge Twin. Okay, the twin at the back of it denotes that this one has all-wheel drive because it has a motor in the front and a motor at the back. Each one develops 204 horsepower and is equally split between front and back. So you get what you call a 50-50 split, and total of 408 horsepower and total torque of 660 Newton meters of torque. I've taken it up Genting, and you should watch the video to see how it really scoots. Okay, let's take a closer look at the XC40 Recharge Twin. As you can see from the body nomenclature, it is actually based on the internal combustion engine XC40. And instead of an engine, it now has 2 electric motors, one at the front and one at the back. And they split the drive 50-50 between front and back. So the front motor drives the front axles and the rear motor drives the rear axles. Power is from the battery that is actually located under the floorboards, and this wheelbase of 2702 is long enough to house a 78 kilowatt battery. Now charging time is about 28 minutes if you use a DC charger, and on an AC charger is about 8 hours. Range is about 450 kilometers, and I think that's enough for most of our requirements. Now let's take a look at the car from the front again. So from the front you can see the very familiar Torx hammer on the headlamps, and the grille is much reduced. You can still see the hole where the original grille is, but they have kind of like cover it up because they don't really need a lot of cooling for the electric motor. The cooling is actually required for the batteries, which are lithium ion, and of course there's a separate system down there that does all the cooling. It's liquid cool. And so you can see here this is made of plastic, and of course that is to save weight, and it kind of just replaces the original grille. Headlights are LED, and along the sides you can see that it is built in the spirit of a crossover. So you see these claddings here which are meant to be replaced in case you get them dirtied or scratched. Now at the front you get McPherson struts with a ventilated disc and a single floating caliper. And these are 19-inch wheels with 235 50 series R19. And at the back, of course, the wheels are the same size, and you get another set of ventilated discs and what looks like a multi-link suspension arrangement at the back. So where the fuel lid used to be is now the charging port for the XC40 Recharge. And at the back it looks much the same as the XC40. In fact, it actually still carries the XC40 name, but here you have the Recharge Twin badge that sets it apart from the normal XC40. And also along the side here you get this Recharge word on the separation line between the roof and the fender. And oh my gosh, okay, this is plastic. Fantastic. Of course this is plastic. Now that's metal, and this is plastic. I'm not sure about the roof, but it feels like it's metal. So you can see they actually have tried to save a lot of weight by using plastics. And inside the car, this is metal and this is aluminum, I think. So you can see they have actually made a lot of attempts to reduce the weight where they can, because the batteries do take up a lot of weight, and you have actually 2150 kilos. That's 2.15 tons. That's quite heavy for a small car like this. Okay, let's take a look at the front end of the car. We're all curious to know what happens when there's no engine. So what do you find inside? Okay, first of all, the bonnet looks like it's made of aluminum. From the sound, it's quite light, and of course it has the double lock, which is a great safety feature. And you have your struts there to help prop it up without having the use of a stick. And over here you see your window washing fluid. All you have to do is just pour in your water from here, and there's nothing else for you to check. That's why they keep it very simple. This here is a little cover, and this is what Volvo call a frunk, which is short for a front trunk. A front trunk is called a frunk, F-R-U-N-K. Quite a cute name. And over here you have a little space. No spare tire, of course, but this is your towing hook, your tire repair kit, and your tire inflator. So that's what you get to fix your tires. And then it's got a nice neat cover here. And here is where you can put maybe a little cat. No, don't put a cat. You can put a small little bag or a laptop bag, yeah? And you can use this space in the front, or else you can also use it as your storage for your gold bars that you don't want other people to see. Okay, so that's it for the front. Nothing much to see in the front. There you go. Okay, let's take a look at the boot. Somewhere here is the touch button. Yes. Then there's an electrical actuation, so you get these struts here to hold the boot up, and at the back here is a large boot. I have no idea what's the capacity, but I think it's 400 something liters, and of course it splits and folds. And at the back here, there's a little cubby hole, and that is where the charging cables are put. Excellent. And over here you have the little courtesy light for you to look for your things in the dark or the night, and there is a tonneau cover that allows you to keep your things away from sight. Okay, let's see what happens when you release the seat. There you go. I have put the seat down, and it actually folds flat. Even the headrest folds forward, and this is a 60/40. So let's open the other side. Okay, let's get into the back seat. Okay, so the front seat is actually adjusted to my normal driving position, and with that position there is plenty of room here. And of course there's this cubby hole underneath there to take care of your shoes. At the back here there is a aircon louver, no temperature controls, no nothing. And then there is a little power socket here with two Type-C USBs. Headroom plenty because there's no sunroof, and this seat is made for 3 people, but for 2 it will be just nice. So this is a bit like a C segment, B plus C segment type of SUV. The long wheelbase of 2702 makes me classify it as a C segment, but in terms of width is a little bit on the narrow side. And if you really need to go outstation, I would say that 4 people will be very comfortable. A small sized person can sit in the middle seat if you go for lunch or short hauls, but for long distance it's good to have 4, and you will have plenty of space at the back for luggage. Of course, if you go to IKEA, you can also put down the seat and you can carry long items on this. So in the center here you also get a drink holder here, and It's very nice and simple. And when you put the seats down, these headrests also fold down to give you that flat surface for you to put your stuff. So the interior of Volvos now are all made of sustainable acrylic materials, and the seats are some sweat. Basically it is artificial leather, so no cows had to die for these seats to be made, and that's the way a lot of car makers are moving towards. And the floor mats are made of recyclable materials, and a lot of these things are part of the Volvo sustainability effort. So real comfort, quite okay. The ride is also quite okay, but you should watch our Genting video. Okay, so let's move to the front. Okay, so here we are in the front seat of the car. Access to the car is very easy. It's just put your hand on the door handle and it'll open. And you don't need a key to start the car. The moment you get in, the system is already on, and all you need to do is to put into drive and you're ready to go. But what we'll do is we keep it in park and have a look at the features. So the steering is very nice. Okay, let's see the seat adjustment. Seat adjustment for driver is electrical, and also for the passenger. So we have a 3-spoke steering wheel, voice control and menu, and also your adaptive cruise control is here. You can adjust your distance to the front car, and of course this car comes with full ADAS features. You get, of course, your autonomous braking and your collision mitigation, collision warning. Also, it has your lane keep assist that will keep you in the center of the lane, bliss warning, which is the blind spot information system, and of course also RCTA. So it's fully equipped. And the driver gets a 12.34-inch info display with the speed on one side, and also your drive gear on this side, and also some driving information on here. And the infotainment center is 9-inch and is slightly slanted towards the driver's side, but both sides can see. And you have your aircon controls here. You can also control your car driving. You can turn off your driving assist. You can turn off your pilot assist. You can turn off your lane keeping aid. Of course, you're supposed to keep it on lah. And there's also an off-road mode. If you turn off-road mode on, then I think the gearing is slightly different. I have not used it before, I'm not too sure. And of course your aircon controls are here. Just press the icon and you can have the speed up, down, and where you want it. And right now we're on speed number 3, which is very nice, and running on 20 degrees. Also there is a camera, and this car comes with what you call integrated Google. So whatever Google has, you can have it here. You can say, hey Google, and it talks to you. So basically it's like a phone lah. And you have Spotify, you have YouTube Music, you have Google Maps. So everything is done. And you even have Play Store. You can download whatever you want. Car status tells you when is your next service. And there's also tow mode. Yeah, so you can set your car for towing if you want. And you can also check your charge limits, your sound connectivity. You have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, vehicle SIM data. Also, this vehicle has a SIM card. Yeah, profiles, privacy, Google system, blah blah blah. Lots of stuff. And this is the 2-zone aircon controller. And this one is you can do your volume. Then you have your defrost buttons here and your tuning for your radio. Very interesting. So the mechanism is quite simple, not very complicated. And of course there's a Harman Kardon sound system, which is very, very good. And aluminum pedals, just 2 of them, accelerator and the brake. Further down there is of course that is a wireless phone charger, and it works. There's a 12 volt 120 watt power socket and 2 Type-C USB ports, and a little cubby hole for you to keep some stuff. This is your drink holder, cup holder, where you can also put your keys, and this is your gear lever, R, N and D, and park. So there's no parking brake as per se, just press this and it parks the car. There is no handbrake lever or electronic handbrake, it just stops the car, and it shows up there on the meter you are parked. When you put into D, it just goes to D, and that's it. And when you switch off the car, you don't have to switch off the engine, just get out of the car, lock the car, and it's done. Of course, you have to be in P lah, I think. And right now you see we have 93% of battery level. I charged up the car and I brought it here, and we're now sitting here and just using the aircon there's no engine, it's electrical aircon, right? And the dashboard up here, it's you get this aircon louver, little bit of brush aluminum look, and memory seat for 2, your Harman Kardon tweeters, also your controls for your windows here, and plus your wing mirror control, lock and unlock button. Okay, so that just about wraps up our review on the Volvo XC40 Recharge Twin. It retails for Ringgit Malaysian 278,888. That's on the road without insurance. So do drop us a WhatsApp if you're interested to 016-335-0609, or just go to shop.yskhongdriving.com. Thanks for being with us, and till we meet again, bye-bye.